How to create traffic to your website. I love this topic. There are tons of strategies and information to share about bringing people to your website. For sure, I'm going to create different videos on this topic. In this video, I want to share with you the most important platforms you can use to direct visitors to your website and what type of traffic you should focus on based on your goals, short-term and long-term. Website traffic is extremely important to understand. If no one has the opportunity to know your company, even if you are the best in your field of expertise, you won't have any clients. The good news is that website traffic is always available 24/7, 365 days a year. But before investing time or money, or both of them, to have visitors to your website, there is some important information that you need to know to avoid losing time and money. First of all, in this video, I want to let you understand the different types of website traffic to have a general but at the same time focused knowledge about generating traffic, information that I would have known years ago at the beginning of my career as marketing manager and author. Let's start with these introductory statements. With today's available platforms, bringing visitors to your website isn't tricky, and it all depends on the budget that you have. The most important thing to understand is how to get target people to your website. The quality matters more than the quantity. And I want to tell you that free traffic doesn't exist. It's a myth. Here is why. We have two main resources that we can leverage to have more visitors to our website: time and money. But keep in mind that time equals money, so nothing is free. If you are investing your time with a traffic strategy that you could think is free, you are investing money too. Because you can't do two tasks simultaneously in a perfect way. Simple to understand. And this is the reason why I prefer considering two types of traffic: paid traffic and organic traffic. I don't want to mention free traffic, and I want you to be aware of this point of view from the beginning of this critical topic. Let me give you two essential distinctions about when to use paid traffic or organic traffic or both of them. Let's suppose you are starting a business and want to test your idea. You want to understand how people react to your product or service. If they like it or if they don't like it. Or maybe you want to test the price points or the best communication that allows you to sell your product or service faster. For this specific goal, you should consider using paid traffic because you can instantly understand the reaction of the people you want to reach. When you start a new business, investing much time producing content and waiting for people to find your organic doesn't make sense. It takes much time. I'll explain more about this topic later on. The question is, when should you use organic traffic? You can use it in three specific phases of your business. Phase 1. You are starting from scratch and you want to invest in content production to create your personal brand. In this case, since it's a long-term goal, you don't have any urgency in testing products. You are here for the long run. Phase number 2. You have a consolidated business and the idea is to expand your business by becoming an important brand, maybe worldwide, and therefore your primary goal can be to develop an important online presence. For example, phase number 3. You have identified the most profitable keywords that people are searching for related to your business, and your idea is to provide content to satisfy their desire and help them fix their problems. Now, let's continue with the basics of paid traffic by understanding some of the platforms available and when to use them. Any platform is different and can reach different types of customers looking for problems to be fixed. Let's start, for example, with Google platform, Google Ads. I have been using Google Ads since 2009. It's a fantastic platform, especially if you are offering a solution for people with a specific problem. Let me dive deep into this concept. I have a question for you. How do you usually use Google? Let me guess. You go to the google.com website, you type in the words on the small Y rectangle because you are looking for a specific topic, and then Google shows the best results based on its algorithm. This is how Google works. Now, if you use Google's paid network, you can create an ad for a specific search that your potential customer is typing on Google, and you have the opportunity to appear even on the top in the first position. Your potential customer is actively looking for a solution for his problem, and you provide a solution with your product or service, or just the knowledge to educate your future client to do business with you. Google Search Network is the perfect tool to use, especially when you want to reach an audience that is looking to fix a problem with which you provide a solution. Very easy to understand. But there is another Google network called Display Network. By using this tool, Google allows you to put an ad on websites related to the topic you have a solution for. Let me give you a real example. In 2009, I was selling drum courses online. I used Google Display Network to place some ads to other websites which have targeted traffic that I was looking for, drummers. By putting some ads on different websites that were sharing valuable information about the drum topic, I could leverage their audience to send them to my website and convert them into paid clients. As you can imagine, the conversion rate for the display network is lower than the search network, where people are actively searching for a solution, but at the same time, the cost of the traffic is cheaper. In simple terms, I have just shared with you how the Google network works. Let's switch to the other most used advertising platform, Facebook ads. For the purpose of this video, I want to make things simple to let you understand the basics. Then I'll plan to create a video series about traffic in which I'll dive deep into this exciting and important topic. Facebook and Instagram ads are very similar to Google Display Network. People are not actively looking for a specific solution, but they are on this platform mainly for entertaining purposes or to escape daily life. So, our goal is to create some interesting ads to interrupt people's scrolling and attract people's attention. Now, the question is, how to reach the right target audience on Facebook and Instagram? The concept is very similar to Google's network. Think about how Facebook and Instagram work. On Facebook, for instance, every time we click on the like button, every time we share a content, every time we subscribe to a specific group, we are telling Facebook our preferences, our interests. Facebook is constantly collecting our data. Part of this data is provided to the advertisers in a way that they can reach the right target audience. Let me give you an example. If I'm selling drum courses online, I can surely target and test people who like some international drummers, or people who appreciate drumming content, or people who love specific magazines for musicians. In the last case, it is a broad targeting. Obviously, I need to test different targets to pick the best suits my conversion goals. I mean to say that different targets produce different results in terms of sales or potential customers acquisition. For the purpose of this video, I want you to understand the basics of how these platforms work. Another great network, in my personal opinion, is TikTok. For sure, by using this platform, you can reach especially a young audience. But let me tell you one important thing. Don't limit yourself by thinking that TikTok is only for dancers. Don't make this mistake. You should invest time and energy on this platform, especially in producing organic content. To be very honest, while I'm recording this video, I have tested TikTok ads only for an e-commerce business, and the results were not so bad. Keep in mind that it all depends on your product, your service, your ads, your communication. I have several colleagues that are using TikTok ads with great results, both with paid advertising and organic traffic. Another great platform I want to mention is YouTube. YouTube is the second most used search engine in the world. Google is the owner of the YouTube platform. YouTube is unique because it is the most used platform if you want to learn something. And the conversion rate on YouTube is very high as well, primarily if you use it to produce organic content to create a community first. For sure, I will create some videos on how to leverage YouTube to create a fantastic brand. YouTube works the same way as Google works. You have the search network, where people are actively looking for something. They type the keywords on the white bar and results appear instantly. On the flip side, you have the opportunity to create ads on other channels and videos, for instance, at the beginning of the video or during a video, or just put an overlay ad that appears when someone is watching content. The advertising platform allows you to target specific videos or entire channels to let you put the ads once you have identified your target audience. I want to spend some important words to let you understand undervalued aspects regarding the content to produce to be successful on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. You absolutely need to understand that every platform I mention has its own users, which have different goals based on the platform they are using. The main mistake you should avoid is producing one content and putting the same content on all the platforms I mentioned. It is the wrong strategy. Let me give you a specific example. The users on YouTube are more willing to watch 10, 30, and even 60 minutes long videos if they are interested in the topic. The users on Instagram, for instance, don't watch 10 minutes videos. Indeed, my personal opinion, Instagram TV that allows you to upload long videos has been a failure. On the other side, short video content till 1 minute can produce excellent results in terms of engagement and sales as well. TikTok is a platform for short videos too, so you can't pretend to produce a single piece of content and upload it without editing it on all the platforms I just mentioned. On Facebook, you can upload videos too, but not 30 minutes videos. Test 5 or 10 minutes videos, or even 1 minute content to see the reaction of your audience. Keep in mind the format of the content as well. YouTube is a 16:9 format platform. Instagram video reels and TikTok videos are uploaded in a vertical format 9:16. So, if you want to be successful on different platforms, the key is to adapt content based on the platform that you are using. The last but not least strategy for creating organic traffic is to invest in SEO. SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization, and it's another world of producing traffic. Let me explain it a little with simple words. SEO means producing written content by managing a blog, for example, and letting Google understand that your content is so valuable that in an ideal situation, it pushes your article on the first page of Google for a particular keyword that your potential clients are searching for. Believe me, I have oversimplified the concept, and using SEO is only for a long-term strategy. I suggest you not to use this content strategy from the beginning because there is a monetary investment involved, plus the time invested to create written information. Another important thing to consider is this one. Different platforms have different audiences. Ideally, if you want to create a solid brand, you should consider developing a multi-platform presence to be omnipresent. I know that it takes much effort, especially to get organic traffic. I know perfectly. It all depends on your short-term and long-term goals. Short-term goals can be testing different business ideas, selling on a daily basis, and understanding what works and what doesn't. Instead, long-term goals can be creating a solid brand by using especially organic traffic, ideally in all the platforms I mentioned in this video. So, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and if you want to add it, a written blog. At the moment, I have talked a lot and I invite you to watch this video again. If you find the information I shared valuable, or if you think this information can help other people, feel free to share the video with anyone you want. And it's a pleasure for me. And do not forget to subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions, leave a comment below, even to let me know what you think about what I have just shared in this video. Keep in touch in the next episode.